Hello everyone, and welcome back to one channel to rule them all. Today we are going to be discussing a brief history on Sauron, the Dark Lord and creator of the One Ring. To begin, Sauron was not actually his real and original name. In fact, this name did not exist until much later after he turned down a more sinister path. Sauron's real name is Mairon, which means admirable and excellent. Throughout the lands, he was known for being a noblemeyer who fixated on achieving perfection. Those who may not be familiar with the terminology, the Maiar were very powerful spirits that assisted the gods in creating the world. Now in the movies, we don't get to see much of Sauron. We get a brief look at him in his black armor in the first Lord of the Rings movie, The Fellowship of the Ring, and throughout the rest of the films we see him as a giant eye. Now many may not know this, but Sauron is a shapeshifter. He has changed into various creatures throughout time, including a serpent, a wolf, and a vampire. Now for this next bit of history about Sauron, we dive a little deeper into the falling of Mairon and the birth of Sauron and how that all transpired. As the story goes, Mairon found himself easily corrupted by the power of Morgoth, who was the first Dark Lord. Mairon saw him as someone who could help him achieve his goals quicker. So Mairon acted as a spy for Morgoth and reported all of the news from the gods, or otherwise known as the Valar, back to him. When Morgoth got enough information and gained enough power, Mairon completely abandoned his good ties and joined Morgoth, declaring his allegiance. It was this betrayal that would cause the elves to call him Sauron, and thus the name was born. After changing into Sauron, he disappeared for over 500 years until he finally emerged again to forge the Rings of Power, who we all know would eventually go to the dwarves, the elves, and men. Additionally, we would get the One Ring to rule them all, which was specifically designed with the ability to corrupt all the others who owned the rings and bring them to his side. Sauron's plan quickly began to falter, for the elves quickly realized Sauron's wicked motives and intentions. It was then that open war was declared, which resulted in the War of the Elves and Sauron. In the battle, Sauron was defeated and had to again retreat back to his fortress in Mordor. After the battle, Sauron was approached by the Numenorians, who were a race of men who came from the island of Numenor. The king, who was known as Ar-Pharazôn, went before the gates of Mordor and demanded that Sauron essentially bend the knee to him. Sauron appeared in front of him, but had shapeshifted into a fair figure and tricked the king into taking him back to their kingdom. There he was first a prisoner, but quickly became a trusted advisor. Sauron slowly began to corrupt the Numenorians' minds into worshipping Morgoth and promising them immortality. Essentially, he was able to corrupt the whole entire kingdom from within and convince the king to destroy the Valinor and attack the Valar. However, the all-powerful god Eru put a stop to the attack by sinking the whole entire kingdom. Well, that concludes this video. I hope you Middle-earth lovers enjoyed it. And remember, my friends, in the words of Gandalf, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. I'll catch you all in the next video.